start streaming. I'm streaming. Don't worry, I'm just recording me, and your voices will be on here.
I don't know that that's
because I have two mics.
I've got the worst voice ever. I'm a man.
I sound like a small child.
I've been told this one doesn't pick up very well, so it might not be that great. What's up, guys? Evil GM1 here, and that's Crystal walking away, if you can see her. But anyway, we're doing character creation. I couldn't get them to agree to a stream visually, but they'll let me do the voice for now. Right now, we are coming up with quirks based on My Hero Academia, and we are going to put those, and my shoulders can't get straight. We're going to put those, Shannon.
They can't see me.
No, I was asking you. Which shoulders? It's all reverse. What? But anyway, we're going to put those into a hat and kind of draw and do random quirks. So far, what do we have, Shannon?
Oh. Mind powers.
Mind powers.
Water control.
Water control.
Fire.
Fire!
Flight.
Flight.
Teleport.
Teleportation.
Static electricity.
Electricity of static proportion.
Super strength.
Super strength. So we're basically going to go general ideas and then kind of make the quirk more fine-tuned once we get it. If someone were to draw the super strength, for example, maybe they have jumping and other things. How about luck manipulation?
Ooh, that's pretty good. You have to continually do that to everybody else because it's really annoying.
What's really annoying? Rolling dice?
Spell manipulation. Man, it.
Spell manipulation?
No, I got it.
You could just put luck. You don't have to put manipulation.
What about like rock, stone, something or other?
We've got fire. Why don't you just erase fire and put elemental control, and then we can come up with just pick an element. Unless you want to just have a bunch of elements and then just go ahead and write down earth, wind, water, heart. Go planet!
We've got fire, no water.
Earth, wind, and fire, baby.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can take me next year. Okay, well, I gotta go. Just text me whatever date you decide on.
Okay.
Love you, bye.
I love you too.
Thanks, guys. Love you all too. Can I sit?
We gotta fix this fan in here. So, Crystal, welcome to the cast. Don't worry, I haven't introduced anyone. I just said Shannon and Crystal a bunch.
Hi.
I have a camera pointed at you. Boom!
I don't like
totally
this.
Switch. At a moment's notice.
So, next time we play, you can just put it on you and Isaac. And Shannon, if she wants to.
Well, I'm not putting it on you guys right now. I'm just recording audio.
Oh, okay.
It's on me.
I was going to say, I
which
saw
I
you
can
on the
take
camera.
it off of me.
I wore my Hogwarts shirt, so this cast could be sponsored by Hogwarts.
Right.
So we only need 5 more.
I really feel like if you're...
Well, we don't need a specific number of 15.
If you're going to stream it, I really feel like I need to get made up to look presentable before.
And maybe you can practice your makeup skills.
You want me to try my YouTube
You could put makeup on me and Shannon and everyone. I'll get some guy liner and stuff.
So it'll be a makeup gaming channel?
Yeah, well, it'll be like...
Get more viewers.
We get the viewers, we get the following, and then I can go makeup done by blah, blah, blah. Contact if you're interested.
Um,
right?
Or hair done by.
Hey, is the do they have water in their pool outside?
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit. I filled it up the other
Well,
day.
we gotta get a new hose for that. Sidetracking.
Well,
what
if-
about plasticity?
Elasticity, I said that. Did
I
you
didn't
not have
write
that
it down.
then?
Nope.
Okay. Crystal, got
about-
anything else besides super strength?
What about like the controlling the elements like rain?
How about mechanical creation? Weather control is what she's talking about, like Storm from X-Men.
Okay.
Weather control. Mechanical genius.
What about like invisibility?
There you go. Light manipulation.
My food is not like you, my stomach.
And since this is your first time playing BESM, and it will be Isaac's first time when he's here, and it's going to be Shannon's first time in a long time, not as, actually longer than me, and I think it's been like
So
4 or 5
basically,
years.
we're all
I haven't played
fobs.
since,
We're all what?
We're all fresh off the boat.
Oh, fobs. Yeah.
that's weird.
You never heard of a fob?
No.
It's a racist term. You're
That's
making
what they-
racial slurs on
that's
my
what-
channel? I
that's-
cannot believe it,
That's
Crystal.
what they say on all the Indian movies I watch.
Indian movies.
I don't watch any movies.
Are
I
you
watch
some fob off the butt?
Korean.
Like that?
You watch Korean, I watch Indian.
You people.
Because they've got cow pants.
This is a typical session. Don't join this gaming group if you actually want a game.
We can make videos of us discussing popular culture.
That's basically what our games are, usually.
Okay, anyway.
Oh, we should totally see if I can Twitch our Trivial Pursuit game later.
Oh yeah.
That would be fun.
Are we playing that today?
Yeah, if
Apparently later.
if we finish in time.
What about the ability to
So, but
be a
anyway,
tree?
I thought about that
transformation. Put that down. So what I was gonna say
Oh, the
is
ability to turn into an animal.
that goes with transformation.
Does it? Animangus?
Because you would transform into something.
I'm gonna take a picture if you keep doing that. I was pointing at Shannon. That's not a flattering angle. I'm sorry. Not only that, but this camera is really old. Well, it's not
my
old.
mom has one of those.
It's just cheap. Oh, there's Crystal. And there's Shannon. It's just cheap. But I bought it for the microphone because I got tired of holding. Like, I don't like wearing a headset, and
No.
If we use this, I feel like we should make music.
well, I can't use that because it doesn't have a mic jack on this.
I just meant in general. I feel like we're at a recording
You should
studio.
sing it too.
Yeah, that was bought so I could do voiceovers.
Did you see if mine has a jack in it?
No, but I don't care. Does yours have a camera at the top?
Yes.
Is it HD?
Probably.
I don't know. So I'm just using my Mac, which I hate.
Why don't you like your Mac?
I like it, but not for all of it.
I was gonna say, I'll take your Mac if you,
You
don't
will
like
take
it.
nothing.
So, what about...
Anyway, wait. See, now I can record this. Now that I'm recording this, I can go back and be like, see, I was going to say something, and then somebody brought up Michael Jackson.
Anyway, say what you're gonna say.
Since it's fobs, as you put it, if we don't like the powers once we get started, we can always change them, because once you get a feel for how this works, you guys might come up with some other ideas.
Okay.
And in the anime, some children inherit parents' quirks. Sometimes it just happens.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or they take hairs from other people.
Spoiler.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
What if people haven't seen it? That's not a first episode.
Well, then they shouldn't be watching this.
Well, I didn't title. Oh crap!
You just put
Actually, you know
title.
what?
Spoiler alert.
You said we're making
I
character
haven't
creation
changed-
for My Hero Academia.
Shh! I didn't change the title. I'm glad that you said that. Character creation.
Spoiler alert.
What if you can, no, we're not. Liquidate yourself. Is that
It's
water?
Kind of like transformation. You're talking about like the bad guy in the
Like
first
melting.
episode.
No.
No, she means like,
Acid. What about acid?
Like, are you on it?
That might make our gaming sessions better.
Excuse me?
What about, like, being able to walk through walls? Or things. Walk through things.
What would
I think you guys are coming up with see, this is
Are
why...
we getting complicated?
Well, it's not complicated, but this is kind of why I didn't want to do the draw on the hat thing, because if you've got this many ideas, can't you come up with something you
Well,
want
I can,
for
but
yourself?
Isaac suggested it, so I thought...
Yeah, blame
Just-
Isaac.
Well, I mean, we don't have to. If it's whatever you guys want to do. You want to keep doing the come up with powers and put them in a hat? We can do that, or we can.
Well,
just...
I think if we do it this
I
way...
think we've already
why the
wrote it
hell
all,
do
so
I
why not
say
do
hat?
that?
We're not gonna put it in a hat. We're gonna put
Let's put it in a chorus bag.
a Coors
Crown.
Whatever this is.
Crown Royal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a Crown Royal bag. As you can see by the camera at this point, don't worry, your faces aren't in there. It's just you hold. Literally, it was pointed at the perfect angle.
So it's just pointed to the closet?
It's like your right boob and and the Crown Royal bag. Oh, yep. there
So
you
when
go, Crystal.
I'm sorry.
And Crystal's gonna hand model for us. Yeah, sexy.
Crystal's hands.
Oh, perfect.
Anyway.
So yeah.
Are we still coming up with ideas?
It's okay. So since we've written it down, why don't we just take what we got, write down whatever you guys just said, and let's get on with it so we can make characters.
Okay.
What did you just say?
Walking through walls? I don't know what that would be called.
Walking through walls.
Walking through
Here
walls.
is a sheet for you. I know these are beautiful works of art. Since our printer's on the fritz, I don't want you guys to do this till you get your.
If you send it
characters
to
down
me, I can print it off
there.
at work.
Okay. No one heard that. She is not using her printer for personal gains at work. No one heard that.
Nope. I never print off personal.
That would be wrong.
Because I'm
Like,
sure people from
When
work
I worked
are
at the
listening to
hotel,
this.
I, as a matter of fact, I think printed BSM 3rd edition, which
I was
is what
going
we're
to say, when
playing.
you worked at
at
the
the
hotel,
hotel,
you
Or it might have been
printed
second.
off a lot of crap.
Shh.
Why am I writing it on a piece of paper?
Your character.
You just said. I'm just kidding. Just ignore
He
me.
wants to read our pretty handwriting.
No, I want you guys to know what you want before you get on here so you don't have to erase. Besides, this is like thick paper. But this is a really good character sheet because it's going to break down everything based on your attributes. So I'm going to give you guys 150 to 200 points to spend on your characters.
This is a points-based
Yes.
character creation.
Okay.
We don't have to really, and I don't want you to even bother keeping track of it right now. Just kind of get you what you want, and then we'll go from there. We'll do some of this before we draw your quirk, because you don't really need to know what it is for your body, mind, and soul. Let's get that out of the way right now.
Okay.
So, body, mind, or soul, write down BMS somewhere on the sheet. You guys will be 15, 16, 17, somewhere between age 14 to 17. It's up to you guys, but average for a person like that is 3. So you don't have to put 3, but if you don't put 3, you're below average or above average. So, like, body represents physical, anything physical. So if you want to be really good and athletic and everything, you might want it to be higher than a 3. If you just want to be average for a teenager, you can go 3, and if you want to be below average, 2. Don't put a 1 in anything because that represents you as an infant.
Okay.
And no one, you couldn't roleplay infant. Maybe infantile strength, I guess. That could be a drawback of your character. But
I put my BMS too close together.
So,
yes.
I may not have been paying very well attention to what you just said.
Body, mind, and soul. Let's start with body. Physical, all things. 3 is teenage average. It costs 10 points per level. So 3 will cost you 30 points. 3 is kind of going to be a baseline. Do you want to be average physical strength, above average, or below average? Start there.
Average.
So average, just put down a 3. If you want to be above, Don't go crazy, just put down a 4. A 4 puts you at adult human average. You could be better, but, you know.
So can we change it depending on what?
That is why you're writing it down on a sheet instead of a character sheet.
Okay.
What is soul?
So, let's go in order.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's fine.
I figured we all knew mine, but
Well, do we all know mine?
it's like your smarts, your knowledge.
Kind of. It'll also, mind is also going to be if you have to hack a computer or if you have to listen or do a perception check, that's going to be mind as well.
Okay.
And willpower and things like that. So, again, 3 is average,
Okay.
2 is below, 4 is adult average, which would be above your teenageness. I can't, my shoulders keep getting all wonky in this.
They don't care.
I care.
They're not watching.
I'm very OCD about symmetricalness. Camera on you or your hands. Okay, hands all over. Okay, so soul represents luck, also determination, and soul is gonna matter when we're doing your HP and your energy points, health points, energy points. You may or may not use energy points. It just depends on your attributes. Soul is added to both your body and your mind to get those. So like your HP total is going to be before anything else. It's going to be whatever your body is. So let's say you put 3 and plus your soul, which if you put 3, that's great. So 6 times 5 and you get 30 health points.
Okay.
So soul's a good one, and that can be, like I said, you know, the average is 3, but really with that one, don't be afraid to go high if you want to be a character who's extra lucky. Alright, what do you got, Crystal?
For which one?
Just shoot them all off at me.
Well, hold on. I'm adjusting. For body, I've got a 3. Mind 4, soul 3.
Okay. Shannon?
3, 4, 4.
3, 4, 4. Okay.
Oh, no, lose my 40 more
Let's go ahead and draw your quirks.
Alright.
Because,
Crystal, you can go first.
yeah.
Do I draw 1 or 2?
You can draw 2 since we've got so many people, and then kind of choose which one you want. And what I was saying about parents and stuff, if you have power and you don't necessarily like it, but you don't want to keep it because you want to stay true to the, or you don't want to get rid of it because you want to stay true to the randomness, maybe your second parent's quirk manifests later and we can give you a new power.
Okay.
What did you get?
Luck manipulation and light manipulation.
So you're a manipulator.
So do you want either of those?
I feel like if I keep luck, I need to up my soul.
No, not necessarily, but you can. It's up to you.
So what does that mean exactly? I feel
So-
like I was on the phone when that happened.
With luck manipulation, there is a power called Divine Relationship, which you would probably want to take. It gives you a reroll per level in game, so you roll 2 dice and say you fumbled, you can be like, I want to reroll. There's also
Terrible roll.
a way we can set that up to where you could make it a weapon attack on somebody, and you could make them reroll to get something worse.
Okay.
It would basically be kind of like manipulating things. Now, if you wanted the light manipulation stuff, that's going to lead to invisibility, lasers, things like that.
And can you control the sun as well as lights in a place?
Well, so light manipulation specifically, so you can make stuff brighter. I don't think you can make it darker.
Okay.
Is how I would probably see that.
I'm adding one I just thought of.
I don't know about these two.
Well,
I feel like I'm a terrible roller, so luck manipulation.
Yeah, but this is
would help.
different because they're all D6.
you could
That's true.
you could also have divine relationship and not be a luck roller. We would just have to come up with some weapon attacks and things based on luck. If you want to draw again, just go ahead and draw a third one. Leave those 2 out.
One more.
I mean, the drawing thing was completely optional anyway.
Weather control. I want weather control.
Okay. Write it somewhere. Quirk is weather control, and we'll develop your character based around that.
Don't call me that.
What did you get, or have you drawn?
I have not drawn.
Crystal, throw yours back in there.
Okay.
Well, the 2 you didn't pick.
No.
All 3 of them?
People can have the same quirk.
Oh.
I'm letting you guys redraw if you don't like. So, how about this? Everybody can draw up to 4 powers. But draw 2, and then see what you get, and then if you don't like either of them,
Weather control.
you didn't fix that up really good.
And cold.
Cold. Ice, baby.
Bum, 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 bum. Alright, I'm
It's
drawing
too
my
cold.
3rd.
You could also
So
have.
what does it mean by cold?
You could also have both if you wanted cold and weather control, meaning you can manipulate the weather but only to make it colder, and then you could have some ice powers. Like, since I'm letting you guys draw combinations, you can combine the powers too if you want. Same thing with you and the lights.
So I could have weather and light control.
The viewers saw me really roll that up.
Well, I don't have the camera on you, so no one saw anything.
Well, I've been shaking it right here.
Well, shake your.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Water control.
You can drown.
You do cold and
Well-
water. That would be cool.
Or weather and cold. I mean, weather and water. Rain.
You could
Rivers.
make rain with.
I know.
You
You get a force one if you don't like those 3.
I guess I'll take water control.
Okay. Why are you saying that question?
Because I am.
I'm
Sad.
just a little black rain
Cloud. I put some Buffy lyrics in here. I was hoping Crystal would draw it.
Oh, did you?
It went with one of the quirks. Maybe Isaac will draw it.
What'd you put? Or are you not telling?
All right.
I will.
So since this is everyone's first time, I'm gonna kind of read the attributes. If you're interested in it, I'm gonna read it and give you a brief quip of how it could relate to your character,
Okay.
and then you tell me if you're interested, and we'll let you write it down. Actually, don't even tell me if you're interested. Just write it down. I'm gonna go through all of them quickly so that we can kind of go. And if you need more detail, go ahead and ask me now. So the first attribute is alternate form. Crystal, for you, this could be transforming into a cloud or lightning. Shannon, for you, this could be taking on a watery form. Alternate form basically comes with, it's kind of like running a second character almost, but not really because you have different attributes with this character. So alternate form, boom. Alternate identity, this might be one you guys are both interested in. This one is basically you have an alternate identity, and it could be male or female or whatever gender you want, and anything you do when you're in that alternate identity doesn't relate back to you. So it's superhero. Since we're playing a superhero game, it's up to you. The register is kind of open on that. I realize I don't think anyone knows who All Might really is, what his name is, but that one's up to you. What does that say? Just read it.
Like All Might?
I just said All Might, yeah.
I wrote it before
I told you could ask me things, woman!
And I was thinking like Jekyll and Hyde.
Jekyll and Hyde is a good example too, except you would be in control of your faculties.
Oh, okay.
Now with alternate form, I'll backtrack a little bit so you understand. They have sample alternate forms, and the examples they give is if you wanted an animal form, an elemental chemical form, flame form, gaseous form, and corporeal form, melding form. Mass decrease, mass increase, superhuman or magical form, two-dimensional form, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Kind of crazy. Okay, armor is the next thing. Now this could mean you harden your skin. With water control, I could see you like encasing yourself in water, basically. With weather control, I don't know that this would really be something that you could buy, but if you're interested in it, you can still take it and actually just buy armor.
Couldn't
Or
you do
you
like
could
a
have it on your
dense
costume.
fog or something?
I mean, that's not really gonna slow stuff down.
It's okay.
Well,
Mine.
There's other powers that fit for defensive. So attack combat mastery value, or attack combat mastery. You know, I told you the way this game is going to work is you're going to roll 2d6 when you're attacking and add a number. That number is your ACV. Your ACV unaltered is the total of your body, mind, and soul divided by 3. So what was your total? You had 2, 4, 3.
I had 3, 4, 3.
3, 4, 3. So 10. So divide that by 3.
That's not an
It's
even
going to
number.
be 3.
Okay.
Yeah, because you round to the nearest, so it'll be 3. So when you roll 2 dice, you'll add 3, and that
Okay.
determines if you hit. You want to take the attribute Attack Combat Mastery. This would benefit either of you. This doesn't have to be related to a quirk. Not everything in this game would be. It will increase it by 1 each time you take it. And that's going to affect damage as well as the hit.
We're still on attributes.
Yes.
Okay.
Attributes is pretty much your whole character. Once we finish attributes, the only thing left is really defect and derived.
And do we
values.
take 1 or 2? Or
Attributes? As many as you want.
okay, what you just said?
Attack Combat Mastery. Now, you'll, let's see.
Damn, I just put a hole in my paper.
You know that Gravity girl? I
Mhm.
statted her out and she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attributes. And there was another character I statted out on there that has like 20. So, it's really up to you. This is everything to do with your character, all these attributes.
Okay.
Or of inspiration, you inspire people. These attributes aren't all meant for superhumans, so some of them, that's what I'm saying, like, they have it on the chart, they'll tell you if it's superhuman or human, but you could justify taking Or of Inspiration, for example. Block Power is not really one you guys could even use. It basically cancels out specific powers. Combat Technique. This one represents a large status of different things you do. This might be one you want to take a minute before you start thinking about taking it to kind of decide how your character's going to fight. Are they going to use a weapon? Are they going to use special attacks? Are they going to use a combination of both? Because this is the kind of stuff that you can take, like blind fighting, far shot, where you have extended range on normal weapons, lethal blows, and so on and so forth. So we're gonna put that one in our back pockets for right now. That would probably be one that you guys will take at least one. Your hair is amazing like that. Oop! Where's my camera? Don't put it back on! Come, camera, come! Shah! It's upside down. Shannon, you're still rocking pigtails. Be free.
Upside down pigtails.
Chris will remove that so that everyone can see you. Companion is the next one. If you want a sidekick, or if your power, there's a guy on the show, you didn't get to see him. He has kind of a shadow that comes out of his body.
Mm-hmm.
That would be kind of like a companion.
Did he birth it?
Hmm? No. He didn't birth it like Game of Thrones. It was not Stanley Baratheon. Spoilers!
Spoiler alert!
You gotta put on there.
Game of Thrones spoilers!
Or Outlander.
Computer scanning basically lets you look at a bunch of different screens all at once and get data. I mean, damage absorption, kind of like armor but different, where you specify things and you absorb it and you can change it to different energy. It's not really one I mess around with very much. Same thing, damage conversion. This is one you guys shouldn't really take because it gives you character points when you receive damage, so you can on the fly manipulate your characters. Nah, you don't need it. Defense Combat Mastery is just like Attack Combat Mastery. It gives you +1 to your defense. So if you guys are interested in it, do it because yours is 3 as well. It's going to be the same, but you get to derive it the same way. Dimensional Portal is a cool one, but I don't think your powers, either of you, that one would really apply.
I had that in a game I played and I loved it.
Neither would Dimensional Walk. Divine Relationship, that's the rerolls one. Anyone can take that. So that's gives you a 1 dice roll per game session. Reroll. Dynamic powers, we're not going to get into. Elasticity, you guys wouldn't have. Energy bonus, if you want extra energy points, that's one to take. Environmental influence. Crystal, you will have that. So go ahead and write it down. We'll worry about the specifics of it later, but that is definitely going to be one you have. You'll probably have it at multi-levels because that does stuff like where you create areas with heat, cold, darkness, light, sound, specific weather conditions. So that'll be one that we'll probably take. Since you're in training, your powers probably won't be fully developed.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than, you have weather control where you can do everything you want, I'll probably just have you pick a few specific things like snowstorm, lightning storm, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Heat wave, and then we can kind of go off that.
Okay.
Exorcism, no one.
That sounds cool.
It does, but no one. Extra arms, that might be one that you could take, I guess. And this is what I mean by that, like, so you could take that and take the telekinetic things. So Shannon, if you manipulate water, you've got control water, you might always carry, say, water in your jug like that chick did on that show we watched, Avatar, and maybe you can manipulate objects with it. It's like a third hand.
Yeah, but wouldn't I be composed of water? People that have quirks usually have it in their
It's
body.
up to you how it happens. I mean, the show, basically, they're just like the mutants, and some mutants can produce water, other ones can control water.
Well, I want to be like Juvia, where I'm made of water.
That's going to be an alternate form. Unless you want to be like that all the time. And then it's not an alternate form, it's a different power altogether. Okay. Features. These are ones anyone can take. And I totally skipped two other things. But we'll just explain features real quick.
Okay.
They don't really do a whole lot. They just give you guys a little bit of advantage. Like, say you wanted light armor. Like, maybe you fought in martial arts for a long time and your body's got scars on it or something. So you could take light armor, which basically just gives you an armor rating 1. You could take camouflage. You could take 360-degree vision. Ambidexterity, appearance, if you want to be sexier. I always give my characters very sexy. And these are example features. If you could think of something else that wouldn't give you a huge advantage, but would give you a little bit of advantage, it's probably a feature. I'll read appearance to you real quick. Characters may be reasonably attractive or average or mildly unattractive at no character point cost. Features, appearance represents outstanding looks that will turn heads and influence reactions. They may be further defined as beauty or cuteness. Appearance can be assigned multiple times to indicate heightened levels of extreme beauty or cuteness, with appearance times 3 usually representing the most beautiful, handsome, or cute person in the world.
Okay.
It's this guy right here. So we've got extra actions. It's a big one. It's 15 points per level. The way combat's going to break down in this, and there is no miniatures, is you can kind of tell me, as far as moves go, it's whatever sounds reasonable. So if you have a power that lets you move faster, maybe you can get to the other side of town in one round. But so, say you want to go upstairs and punch a guy.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'll say, yeah, you can go upstairs, but you can't punch him because the door's closed and you've got to spend your action doing that. You only get one attack per round no matter what, unless you take extra actions. And that's what that's for. Extra defenses, after you've been attacked once, you start to take a penalty to your defense cumulative to how many times you've been attacked.
This is a feature?
No, these are all attributes.
Okay.
Features is its own attribute.
Oh, my bad.
That's cool. If you're interested in it, just write it down. I know
No,
what it is. I haven't been saying point costs for anything, so.
I made my outline wrong.
Right. Extra defenses will give you the ability to defend extra times per round, just like it says. So that's done. Flight. That's probably one you're going to be interested in. Crystal, Shannon, no. Because you're not going to fly with water.
Surf it.
water, like a hurricane, would lift me off.
But it's lifting you. You're not
How are you
flying.
going to create a hurricane?
With water.
And I get to see my facial expressions. So, force field. Now this would be one that maybe you could do. You know, I said armor I can't see, but force field, like say you have a bunch of winds buffeting around you.
Mm-hmm.
That could be one. Water, you could do the same thing. Not wind, obviously, but...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like a water dome or something.
Yes, exactly. Healing, I don't really see either of you being able to take that. Heightened awareness basically just means you're more apt to notice things. If I was going to ambush you guys, you don't get a roll normally. If you have heightened awareness, you get a roll. So that's kind of what that does. Heightened senses, if you want to have better than average sight, hearing, smell.
Yes, in my real life, please.
Yeah, for real. I'd let you guys probably take a level 1 for each sense, but really, your powers, you can't get superhuman. You can get better than average, but I wouldn't give you guys superhuman because there's nothing that would represent
What'd you
that.
say before heightened awareness?
Healing, but no one's taking healing.
No, you said heightened awareness.
Heightened senses is what I'm on right
That's
now.
it. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I couldn't remember that.
No problem. Illusion. If we wanted to get real crazy, we could say that your weather could let you create illusions, but we're not going to go there.
I think you're giving my indecisive mind too many options.
Welcome to my world. This is like Kid and Candy Shop. But we're not giving you illusion. I'm telling you no to illusion.
I didn't write that one down.
Insubstantial Shannon. That's one that you're going to take either in your alternate form or permanently. That's basically, if you have insubstantial level 1, you can pass through water without leaving a trace. Level 2, you can pass through paper. Level 3, flesh and dirt. Level 4, wood. Level 5, rock. Level 6, aluminum. Level 7, iron and steel, and so on and so
I
forth.
feel like things that have to do with our quirk shouldn't cost us anything
No.
because they are part of what we are.
No.
That just seems unfair to me.
No. Invisibility, no one has anything that represents that item. Now, I did say, like, on stuff like invisibility, no one has anything that represents that, but if you have item and you can justify getting a hold of an item like an invisibility field generator, you could take invisibility or healing, but since no one's a mechanical genius, I don't really see that happening. I
I
suppose
mean, I could be
if you
invisible and attack people with storms.
spin...
Yeah, because air is like invisible.
So right now, you don't attacking people is a separate thing altogether.
Okay.
You don't have any attacks right now. You just have effects, so that's
Okay.
really cool. Oh, well, I suppose if you made a blizzard, somebody could get hypothermia. But as far as, like, if you create a lightning storm right now, maybe lightning would strike, but you can't direct it. When we get down the list, the last attribute we're going to go over, weapon attack, that's what's going to give you the ability to do that.
Okay.
And we'll link it so it's cheaper to your attribute. Jumping, unless you have something where you jump off the water.
I don't know. All my water ideas you keep naysaying.
Which one has I naysayed?
Um,
Camera on you. Actually, I can't.
I know the camera is on me. It's right there. And now you're pointing it to Crystal.
All eyes on me in the center of the ring.
No circus. What have I naysayed, woman?
I don't remember now.
Exactly.
I just know you said no.
I haven't naysayed anything. Land speed. It's more for vehicles.
Whoa. No, just kidding.
Suppose Crystal could make a cloud car. But let's just not go there. Massive damage. And this has a few different forms. So right now you guys all have a damage multiplier of 5. And unarmed attack in BESM is weapon level 0. So you would take 0 times 5, which is
0.
0. You about said 5, I saw it. And you add your ACV. So if your ACV is 3, you're doing 3 points of damage with a fist. When you have a weapon level, and there's a combat technique you can take that will make your unarmed attacks weapon level 1 or 2, you get to add your damage multiplier, which is 5. So then your damage gets a lot higher. Massive damage increases that damage multiplier from 5 to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever you want it to be. And there's focused where it only works with certain attacks, targeted where it only works on certain targets, melee where it works on all melee, or unlimited where it works on everything you do. Each one of those will have a different point cost, so if that's one you're interested in, write it down. Melee attack. Remember I was talking about ACV, Attack Combat Mastery. Attack Combat Mastery increases your ACV for everything. Melee attack is a lot cheaper, and it just increases your ACV for specific.
Yeah, but melee's got to be up close,
attack.
right?
Right.
Okay.
But there's ranged attack too, which we'll get to. So if you want to increase your damage with a certain type of weapon attack, melee or ranged, you could take that. Now, then there's melee defense. Defense Combat Mastery, like I said, will cover everything. Melee defense covers your defense against melee attacks or you defending with a melee weapon. Either one works. Metamorphosis doesn't apply to either of you. That's transforming other characters. Mimic Powers doesn't apply to either of you. That one would be like stealing powers, basically. Mind Control doesn't apply to either of you. Mind Shield you could take. That's defense against mind control. Don't get crazy with it, but you could take it at like a level 1. Nullify doesn't apply to either of you. Organizational Ties. This one will apply. So we will come up with a name for the Hero Academy which you're attending.
Which we shouldn't have to pay for if it's part of the game.
You do have to pay for it.
No. If we have to attend, then we shouldn't have to pay.
Listen. I'm giving you a defect that cancels out the cost of the level of organizational ties that I am giving you, which is going to be 1 for just a student. If you want to have higher rank in the organization, like you want to be a teacher's aide or
So basically you work for
class
your pay?
president or
for your
something,
school thing?
you can up that. Organizational ties will give you weapons, favors, and things that you might not normally have access to.
Okay.
It costs 2 points per level, so I'm going to give you guys, you're going to have to take it at level 1, which will be 2 points, but then I'm giving you a defect called red tape, which is minus 2 points, which basically means you can't do certain things unless you go through the proper channels, and so it's free in a way. Don't roll your eyes at me, woman. Plant control doesn't apply to either of you.
Should.
Why not?
Wait, what about water plants?
Like lily pads and moss.
And like seaweed and
And you can move them on the water, but you
like
can't.
I can't throw coral at people?
Yeah, I could throw
That
coral.
doesn't hurt.
Look, I don't need the power to do
Point.
that. I could go out and throw coral at people right now. In fact, I wish I had some in my hand so I could demonstrate.
No, you love me.
Pocket dimension doesn't apply to either.
What? Why don't you give us anything dimensional?
You didn't draw dimension powers.
We didn't write down dimension powers.
I thought I told you to.
I feel like we should have put like a medical power in there.
Oh yeah, like
Isaac
ability
has a
to
strong,
heal.
yeah.
You
I'm
can
gonna
put more
write
in
it.
there. Yeah. I don't know if Isaac will see this. I'll tag him in it, but he probably won't watch it. Power flux doesn't apply. Power variation doesn't apply. Projection doesn't apply. Ranged attack. It's like I was saying, ACV will go up with that one on ranged attacks, and then there's of course ranged defense.
And you're gonna let us like kind of come up with the kind of stuff because I've got a bunch of ideas for ranged attacks.
Yeah, we'll get to weapon attacks.
Okay.
That'll be the last thing we do, and we might not even do them all tonight. We've already been recording for 44 minutes.
I'm not watching that video.
Why?
I don't even watch your 20-minute videos, just FYI.
Well, that's fine. My last one was only 15. I got it down to a science. Regeneration doesn't apply. Reincarnation doesn't apply.
Well,
Hmm.
I won't say anything.
I thought there was one that you said what you were going to talk about at the end that applied.
That was the range.
Did I forget to write it down? Ranged?
No, weapon attack. I haven't got there yet.
Here, will you put that in the bag?
Resistance
I took the bag over there.
doesn't really apply. Sensory block could, but we're going to go ahead and say no. Shield. Nope.
Does shield count for like our
You could do a shield of water. You could do a shield of air.
Is that different than
Yes, it is different than force field.
Okay.
If I have a shield, it's only going to cover right here. If I have a force field, it covers everywhere. Remember Gaara on Naruto, Shannon? The sand guy with the gourd on his back?
Oh yeah.
That thing that keeps blocking for him is a shield.
Okay.
It's not a force field.
Like that guy on
No, on Trickster, that's a force field.
Okay.
Yahoo! That was weird.
6 cents. You could take it if you want. And 6 cents can be for anything. You could have 6 cents chicken. I know there's a chicken corner around here. Some chicken food place or something. You have 6 cents. Like,
Popeyes.
kind of, you could say Nami in One Piece has 6 cents for storms. Because she knows when storms are coming. Or money.
Hi, little rabbit.
Size change won't apply. Skills will apply if you guys want them, and those will be varied in cost, so those will be something I guess we'll do last. Shannon. Cease.
Cease and desist.
Space flight definitely doesn't apply.
Why not?
Special defense. There is special defense. Hey, Robin. Shh.
She wants out.
Go let her out.
You let her out. The camera's right there. I can't walk in front of the camera.
I don't have that camera on right now.
I feel like I'm gonna walk by and read it. Oh, I lied.
There you go. I blocked it just in
I
case.
don't have it on right now. Look. If you put your head in there, you'll see yourself. Now I have it on, so I can see Crystal's smexy elbow.
Where am I? Oh, I gotta fill it up. Do you want me to fill it up?
Sure.
Yes, I would like a drink too.
Dr. Pepper?
No, water is fine.
Ooh, Pepsi. No Pepsi for me. That's not what that meant.
Tell me what you're interested in so far.
I've got all paper. Alternate form, attack combat mastery, defense combat mastery.
Let me kind of explain alternate form to you a little bit. When you take it, it costs 9 points a level.
What do you mean, a level?
Well, every attribute has different levels. Like super strength level 1 is not the same as super strength level 6, which is giving you like raw. Most attributes max out at 6.
So what do you mean cost you?
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to pay for it every time?
For
No!
every level, yeah.
Okay.
9 points a level is alternate form. When you buy alternate form, what it gives you is 10 character points. So you're basically spending 90 to get 1 extra. And you design your alternate form, and it's basically just a bunch of attributes that you like. So if Shannon takes insubstantial, and she doesn't assign an alternate form to it, she's insubstantial whenever she wants on and off.
So what you're saying is I shouldn't do alternate form.
Well, we can, but I don't know that it's one that you'll actually use.
That's fine. I'll mark it out.
Because you could do gaseous form where you'd kind of go into a thing. I just, like...
It just sounded interesting. That's why I wrote it.
It is. It's... So, say you have a cloud form. With gaseous form, you would take the attribute extra actions. This is their example. Flight, heightened awareness, insubstantial, invisibility, projection, regeneration, sixth sense, special defense, super speed, and weapon. What the alternate form gives you is the ability to transform it. Like, you don't have that ability as a normal person. If you take just these, you could take all those attributes without taking alternate form, and still use them, but your appearance doesn't change. Alternate form is basically changing your appearance, and it gives you the 1 extra character point to spend.
Okay. Then I don't think so.
You can also restrict things on it and move stuff around. So it gives you the 10 additional character points, but also, like, I'm giving you, 150 to 200 character points. You can rearrange any of those you want.
Okay.
So in your alternate form, maybe you've got a body of 6 instead.
That's okay. I'll
Okay.
change my mind.
That's fine. I just wanted you to know.
That's fine.
what it was.
Well, then I had attack, combat, mastery.
And that's one you can keep in your back pocket. That's 10 points per level.
Okay.
Each level will give you a +1 to your.
And then I've got defense, combat, mastery.
10 points per level.
Energy.
I don't know. I think that's 5 points per level. And you keep that one written down, but right now you don't have anything that costs energy.
Okay.
So there's things you can do called restrictions on every attribute. So say you wanted flight, and I think flight is 8 points per level, and you want it at like level 2, which is 16 points, but you don't want to spend 16 points. You can give it this restriction that it costs energy to use. So I think for -3 points off the total cost, you spend 1 energy every 5 minutes.
Okay.
Um,
So I'll just leave it as a maybe.
Yeah.
And then I've got environmental influence,
yeah, that's one we're definitely taking.
flight, force field.
So environmental influence. Oh, along the same lines as restrictions, there's also customizations. So like environmental influence covers a 10-meter area, but say you wanted something a little bit bigger, it costs 1 point per modification that you're going to be doing on it. But you can get it, and 10-meter area is the starting.
Okay.
So you can get it all the way up to a 10,000 kilometer area.
There's a lot of area.
Basically, that's. I know Magellan, whatever the hell, and we're dealing with the metric system now, but that's probably bigger than a continent. It goes all the way up to infinite.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So how many points is that?
Partial, thank you. No eyes.
I put eyes and they're melted.
To increase the area, or
No, just for environmental.
2 points per level.
Okay. Do you want me to keep going?
No, Shannon's back. We'll just resume
Okay.
where we were.
Lizzie's not in yet. These two dabs.
You just open the window. He can jump in.
Not this one. There's a screen on this one.
Okay.
So special defenses, there is, and for most of these, you guys would be at 1 slot. Shannon, I could see you taking 1 at 2, but we'll get that. So there's special defense against aging, which means if you take it, yeah, that's what happens if you take it at 2 slots, but your power doesn't justify that. At level 1, you can't be aged magically, by disease, or anything else. So that would be something you could take. Luffy! Silencio, por favor!
Silencio.
Disease you could take. If you take it at level 1, it just gives you an extra roll. Flare. Freezing cold. That crystal. Since you control weather, I will be willing to let you take like freezing cold or heat and stuff at level 2, which if you take it at level 2, anything that's a cold attack that attacks you isn't going to affect you.
Okay,
And
so...
you can get it to sub-zero temperatures and it's not going to affect you.
And so what is that?
Special defense. Freezing water is different than freezing cold. Shannon, you could take that max since you control water.
Okay.
Lack of air, Shannon, you could also take that max since you control water. I could kind of see that. Crystal, I would take that at the first level. I would, because it survives in thin air, so that would represent you flying up.
Do I need to write all the side ones down?
If you want to, if you want those specific ones, you can just make a note special defense that you need, and then
And what were
we can
those
go
again?
over it. You don't have to write them down.
Okay.
Lack of air, freezing cold, and you would just do 1 point because I can't justify giving you. You don't need to breathe. Shannon, yours. See, you would have the special defense, but it would be dependent upon you being in the water.
Right, yeah. I'll go.
Or we could just do a feature breathe underwater. Gills or something. Lack of food is another one. Lack of water. But Shannon, you could have max, because that could mean that you can produce water. Low pressure, you can survive in low pressure areas. High pressure, you can survive in higher pressure areas. Overheating, which is extreme heat. Poison, sleep, and specific. Any specific weapon variable. Special defense is kind of cool. A lot of points usually get sunk into that. Special movements.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go get that dog.
The DOG, are you not pausing your thing?
No. Not gonna pause it.
Meh.
Get it over with and one long thing.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
Teaching those new babies bad habits.
Bleh.
I am not going.
Robin, are you taking my
Special movement. 2 points per level. Balance. You never lose your balance. Cat-like reflexes. Most of these you guys could take.
What did you just say? I'm sorry.
reflexes?
Refreshes. Cat-like refreshes. Hungarians. Fast. Light-footed, slithering, swinging.
Slytherin!
Slithering! If I'm not crawling, I'm slithering!
How do you spell reflexes?
REFLEX.
That's what I thought, but that seemed weird. ES's?
It's just called cat-like. There's no reflexes. Swinging, untrackable, wall bouncing, wall crawling, water walking, and Zen direction. Super sense. Super sense. Basically, kind of it's like a radar thing. It lets you detect. Neither of you have it.
Did I mention you're giving me too many options?
I'm reading every attribute in the book.
That's
Crystal.
the problem!
I've got a player book, but I know if I give it to you guys, you'll just go.
Just go pick something for me.
I'm not picking anything for you.
Everything he says that'd be really good for you, that's what you probably should take.
Yeah, but once we get in this, that's because everything sounds super cool. You're like, I want to do it all, Seth. Super speed, no to either of you. Super strength, no to either of you. Swarm, that's a really cool one.
Can I swarm people with earth?
I can swarm with fishes.
Earth.
Like with the...
Rocks and...
I mean like with weather.
Now, swarm is you turn into a swarm.
Oh, never mind.
Like you
Like a
turn
swarm
into a
of
bunch of
bees?
bats. That's really cool.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It is a cool power. It's a really
That'd
cool
be
power.
pointless for my character.
It's really kind of OP. But anyway, telekinesis. Telekinesis, both of you could take that one. Because it's over, you wouldn't take telekinesis over everything, you would take it over something specific. Like Crystal, you would probably do air. And Shannon, obviously, you would do water. And you can do a lot with just telekinesis.
Telekinesis
water and
means I can
telekinesis
tell
air.
water to do something? Is that what I would...
You can lift and move water. A
Okay.
cubic meter of water is 1,000 liter masses, about a ton. A gallon of water, about 4 liters, is about 4 kilograms. I don't know. That's per level, I guess. Yeah. So, for specifics, like what I just talked about, it's 4 points per level. If you only have
All
specific
of these that you've just said?
No, telekinesis.
Okay.
Telepathy, neither of you could take it. Teleport, I could see either of you taking that at low distances. It would basically represent you doing something really funky with the water. You know how they have that big current in the ocean? That could be kind of like teleportation for you. And for you, it would be kind of like creating some sort of vacuum with a tornado, like Wizard of Oz stuff.
That would be under teleport?
Yeah. If you wanted it. Like, it's kind of just going to be like travel power. Not something you have to take. Tough. It increases your hit points. It's one you guys might want to write down. Transfer lets you give your power to another person, which is actually, you know, now that I think about it, I designed Ochaka earlier and I gave her flight with a restriction. I probably should have given it transfer, since it is kind of a benefit and not a thing. But like I said, it's been a few years since I've played. Transmutation, neither of you would have. Transfer, either of you could have if you want. It would just be kind of something odd about your quirk. You could give your power to somebody else.
I don't want to give my power to anybody.
Mine's an STD.
I have the power of transfer! AIDS!
I'm going to give it to whoever I want.
And then I'm gonna eat you up.
In my vagina. Spoiler alert, gods of
American
gods.
Gods of America.
America! Yeah, so, but, hey, now it's any attribute though. So, you know, you're saying, I don't want to give my power to somebody. But, like, Crystal has the power of flight. She could be like, fly, fool, and then take it away from them, and then they fall and die.
Ooh.
And you could be like, you know, you have that insubstantiability. You could be like, you're insubstantial. And they can't control it. That means they into a puddle of water and they fall into the concrete.
I could, like, insubstantial them through a rock and then just stop and they'd be stuck in that
right.
rock.
They die, basically, because they just form in a rock.
That's pretty nifty.
Crystal,
It's loose.
whatever your middle name is, Kiefer.
Lynn.
Oh no, Crystal and Kiefer, now everybody knows. Oh,
Her
information.
phone number is...
867-867-5309.
Jenny.
Tunneling, no, possibly, but I'm not gonna let you. Water speed, yes.
Yes.
No, Crystal. Wealth, either of you could take.
Could I not control water? Being
You
able
can't
to control
control
weather?
water.
No.
I can control rain.
You don't control the
the
rain.
brain.
Rain.
You can control, like, if it falls.
No, she can't do that.
I can
She
make
can
it
control
rain.
the puddles.
No, I can make it rain.
You can make it rain, but you can't be like,
Throw some.
raindrop in that guy's eyeball!
I can throw some glitter and make it rain. Okay.
Oh my god. Wealth, if you want it.
No, that's okay.
Weapon. Now, let me explain how this one works. So, Crystal, if you want to hit people with lightning bolts, you buy it as a weapon. Weapon does not mean katana, gun, whatever. Weapon is kind of your special attack.
So can I also throw a hurricane or a tornado at someone?
Yeah. You'll want multiple weapons, both of you. I'm just talking to Crystal specifically because her weather control power, a lot of people think when they get weather control, they can do all this. Well, you can't without a weapon attack. Now, like I was saying though, if you do take what you have the environmental influence, so if you make it like sub-zero somewhere, then yeah, people are going to die of cold, but you can't specifically target someone. With weapon and that attribute, you can link it where it's cheaper, and then yes, you can specifically target someone.
Okay.
And their weapons can be customized in a number of ways. Alright. That is the last attribute.
Thank goodness. We got a ton.
Let's move on to...
And this isn't even straight. It's gonna bother me.
Well, you know, Isaac's not going to be here next week, so what I figure is we can kind of do this two-parter. We can do some of it tonight and some of it next week, so we don't get burnt out on it.
Okay.
And we take our time to really do it.
Is
Shannon,
he
I'm
gonna-
gonna record you.
Create his by himself.
No, I'll help him. I'll probably do it on a Sunday or something.
Hold on.
Call him. And we'll figure something out.
Has Isaac ever played BSM?
No.
BDSM.
He made a character for that One Piece game I ran, but he never played it. I don't
Where's
remember if he
your-
actually
oh.
made it.
Your dice are out.
Are you sniffing my box?
Yes, because it smells like a
Eat
campfire.
that, you mates.
Yeah, sweetie, you gotta jump and
It smells like a campfire. I like
come
it.
on.
Alright, hey, defects. This is how you get extra points.
Smell it.
Alright, as soon as we breeze through all these defects and you'll write down ones you'll be interested in.
What'd you say, defects?
Yes, this is how you get extra points. Write down the ones you'll be interested in and we'll go from there. Now, defects are going to... Oh, you know what? I feel like there's a power that we skipped over.
I used to be able to spell really well. I cannot
I know,
tonight.
I was like, how do you spell defense?
Well, and this game was written kind of
Come on,
European,
Mom.
so like defense is D-E-F-E-N-C-E instead of S-E. And
Did we not spell it with this? Oh, we do spell it with
How do we spell it again?
I just can't spell
Spoken
it.
math, gosh!
I'm usually a great speller.
Okay, hey, there's one I forgot to go over, yes, and this is one that's kind of important on the attributes. Unknown power. So what this has no levels or anything like that. Unknown power is basically, and you can write it down, it might be something you're interested in. Say you have character points left over, which is many attributes you're writing down, I got it. But if you do, you can sync them into this attribute. Say you put 20 points in there, you get 10 bonus points. And what that does is I can go in and make attributes for you that represent you having a latent ability that you don't know or power you haven't come to terms with yet. And maybe in a dramatic situation, you gain that power and now it's yours. Or maybe it only comes out at certain times. But basically, it's a way to build your character, but you're releasing some of the control.
Okay.
I might also be like, if we're in a situation and you're overwhelmed and you're trying to do something and you're like, man, I don't know what to do. If only I could make a drought or some crap like that. I'll be like, bam, you have this many points to design a drought attack.
Ooh, oh, sorry.
Go.
Luffy.
So unknown power is kind of a
Did
cool
you
one.
fart?
No.
No,
It's just,
Luffy.
it smells like it. Last night I was laying with him and his
Dog farts!
Yeah, right in my face.
Now defects are ways to get extra points.
I know, Rob.
Oh, Robin pooped.
Was she not just outside?
Right next to me!
Take a picture of it.
That explains the smell.
Put the camera on the food.
Here.
No! That's gross!
I thought it was ripe.
I'm gonna take a clip of this video, just that part, and post it.
It's really gross. Did you see me? Where's your camera on?
I can't handle food. You just turned it up to my thing.
My cat pooed all over me one time. Like, diarrhea. Oh, it's gross.
I can't. Shannon has to do the poop. I can't handle poop.
You can do the pee but not poop.
And do the pee. This is the rule around the house. You step in the pee, you clean the pee. Which we don't really get. You know, Luffy and Robin don't really do that anymore. If she's inside for a long time and we leave, sometimes she does. Poop is Shannon's department. Throw up is mine.
Your throw up, she'd poop.
Yeah.
I'm
I
all
can
of the
handle
above at home. Thank you, Shannon. I'm happy I didn't put my foot in it, but it wouldn't have been,
it would have been, it's too easy.
it wouldn't have been the
Defects!
Anyway.
So there's Achilles' heel. You get extra damage taken away from you during certain attacks. Maybe for you, Shannon, that could be a freezing attack. These aren't things you have to take again. These are just extra points. Or a heat attack. I know, I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Awkward size, maybe you're bigger than normal, and it causes difficulty. Bane is like kryptonite for Superman type stuff. So you just are exposed to it and you get damage.
Okay.
So mine would be like electricity.
If you want to take it, but you should know at level 1, if you come in contact with electricity, it's going to do 20 points of damage per round.
Sheesh. Do I have to take a defect at all?
No, you don't. But
It
if you
gives you
want
more
extra
points.
points, you
Oh,
can.
okay.
That would give you that 3 points. the
Okay.
first level. Blind Fury. Say you're in combat and there's some trigger that just makes you go berserk. Basically is what that is. Conditional ownership. It's not really one that you guys will probably take. So we'll just skip that. Confined movement's not going to be one. Cursed, if you want to take cursed, that could be one.
It's like you're
Curse.
cursed.
Any examples I can give you?
So
Basically,
That's okay.
So like you would pick her
from the book it says, a curse may be assigned to an entire race of beings. The curse can take near a limitless number of forms, but should not provide the character with an obvious advantage. Remember, it's a curse. So it could just be that maybe, like a major version, for example, -6, which is the highest you can go, Vampire Sunlight. That's also a Bane kind of deal right there. Curse, maybe you can never find true love. That could be.
That's my real life.
I knew you were gonna say
I
that.
knew she was too, that's why I had to say it. Easily distracted.
I feel like that's my.
Everybody always takes that one. And at level 1, it's 1 point. Level 2, it gives you 2. Level 3, it gives you 3. And the levels kind of decide on a trigger. This week, I just want you guys to really write down what you're interested in. Next week, we'll break everything down.
Okay.
Guy-girl magnet means you have a problem with guy-girl, one or the other, or both.
Following you,
Yes, being but the attention is annoying. It doesn't mean there's always ugly people following you. Remember, these are defects. So you take it, and I am going to play it as a defect. My GM.
It would probably be like hordes of people like.
No, it depends on the level. My GM,
I smell a little.
who ran this game, kind of didn't make certain defects apply. Like, I had a character who had an appearance that was maxed out, and I took Guy Girl Magnet because you're that sexy, people are going to be after you. But, you know, if you take Guy Girl Magnet and you take it at level, the max level, it says swarms of guys and girls maybe after the character, a new one appears nearly every adventure. Every game session, there's going to be something like that. Maybe they come after you and they're ugly or annoying, or maybe they're really cute, but they get put in danger, or they put you in danger, like you're trying to hide in the bushes, and someone's like, you're the Crimson Panic, or whatever your hero name is.
I like that Crimson Panic.
Hounded is kind of basically, I think, just the same thing I was going over, but this one represents like Bane, like journalists coming after you and stuff like that. It could also mean an organization's out to get you.
What's that one called again?
Hounded. Impaired manipulation. That is if you lost a limb or something.
Nope.
Impaired speech. You got a speech impediment.
Well, I kind of do.
At level 1, you have a severe speech impediment that gives you a -3 on rolls where quick or clear speech is required. This can also represent an entity whose speech is clear to his or her own species, but an unusual wavelength or mode.
Species. Isn't everybody in this game the same species, just with quirks?
Yes, but keep in mind, I'm reading out
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
okay,
rulebook
just
that can
kidding.
fit any setting.
Right, gotcha.
-6 means you can only grunt, basically. And -9 is you can't do anything. Inept attack. This one at level 1 gives you 10 points, level 2 20, and level 3 30. It decreases your ACV. You cannot, if you were to take that, take attack combat mastery, because that would be wrong. but you could take, say you only want to be specialized in ranged attack, so you could take ranged attack, the attribute, and then go ahead and take inept attack, level whatever, and get like, I think ranged attack is 3 points per level. So say that's all you care about, you don't care about melee attack, take inept attack level 3, and that gives you 30 points to spend on your character for other stuff.
Okay.
It's kind of cool. Inept defense, same thing. Your defense goes down. Involuntary change, if you did have an alternate form, or you're a werewolf or something, that could be one. Ism. An ism is if you're playing, like, if you were playing a character from another planet. Or you were playing, like, a Chinese person in a Western anime. An ism. It's going to be something that you experience that's negative. Or a kid. You guys are kids, but everybody in the setting is a kid.
Okay.
But if you're playing kids in an adult setting, you could take ageism. It's
Okay.
basically you experience discrimination. And you guys would have to work that one out with me if you wanted to take it. Less capable is, body. So the major things about body are agility, endurance, strength. The minor things are immune system, manual dexterity, running, and speed. So you could be less capable at one of those aspects and get points back.
Wait, what was that one called?
Less capable. And you can do that for body, mind, and soul. Or anything else. Basically, it just represents, hey, overall I'm good, but there's this one area I really suck at.
Okay.
And you get points back for it. March. You didn't see the purple girl, but you saw the guy with the 3 things on his head in that anime in the first episode that was saying, hey boy, you want to be a hero? He's marked. He's got, his superpower might just be that he's ugly. But, and not every character in that universe is marked, because marked will generally represent something that makes you stand out.
Yeah.
But you could take it at like level 1. Level 1 is it's easily concealable. There's a girl on there who's got pink skin, so hers would probably be level 3 because it's her entire body.
You said that was marked?
Yes, that's a good one to get points back. Nemesis, the blonde dude would be like Deku's nemesis on My Hero Academia because he's a jackass. Not so tough. Gives you less hit points. Owned means you're owned by somebody. You don't really want that. Phobia. You could have a phobia of anything. You declare it. So your phobia could be of coins. How frequently you encounter.
I'm afraid of wind.
That's fine. You're gonna stick it flying. How frequently you encounter that phobia is what decides if, like, the severity of it and stuff. Distraction. Anyway, physical impairment. You have something that makes your life a little bit more challenging, such as amnesia, constant sickness, nagging, migraines, things of that nature. Recurring nightmares, reduced damage, red tape. You guys will have red tape at level 2.
So do we need to write that down? Anyways? Okay.
You will have red tape at level 2. And that is because you are students and you're limited in kind of what your actions can do. The red tape at level 2, this is what it says. It impedes a character both before and after a major action, and or it is difficult to manage most of the time. So, yes.
What was the one you said?
Organizational ties.
No. The one that's like migraines and whatnot. What was that?
Physical impairment.
Okay.
So basically, you guys can't just go out and hero. You have to get permission. You have to go fill out forms and do this. And after you do hero, you have to fill out forms and do this stuff. That's what the red tape is going to be. Sensory impairment, like you have a diminished primary sense or has lost a second sense completely, like taste or smell. And that will give you 3 character points.
Okay.
So if you do that, does it make the was that one that the heightened sense? Like, do those cancel each other out?
No, you can take them both because maybe you're a blind person who's really good at hearing.
Okay.
Significant other, you can have a significant other without having this attribute or this defect. What this defect means is that they're going to get in trouble occasionally. The level depends on the severity. Level 1, it's not going to be that big of a deal. And it doesn't have to be trouble. They can just interfere with you. Like they're your fiance in an arranged marriage, say, and they come on and they start causing trouble for you at the school because they think everybody's treating you badly. And so they cause trouble for your team and stuff. It doesn't have to represent that they're in danger. But the max level is going to be like Mario and Peach. Stop looking at your boobs.
No, I'm trying to find my shirt to pull it back up. I lost it.
Lost your boobs? Skeleton in the closet. You have a secret. That's what skeleton in the closet means. And discovery of that secret depending on what that secret is, that depends on the level. So, like if you have a level 6, your skeleton is either very easy to discover and or the consequences are severe and or your reputation will be devastated. That's the max you can go is level 6.
So far I have more defects than I did.
Well, your defects make your character interesting. Restrictions make attributes more interesting as well. So, special requirements.
I need an EpiPen.
That's like you have to get a special requirement before you can do things. Let me see if they give an example. Oh, it's like basically how a vampire needs blood or a robot needs to charge. So maybe you have a special requirement because you're a water control Shannon that you have to be submerged X amount of hours a day.
Okay.
If it's the one you want. Unappealing. Unappealing is you're ugly. Or you smell. Or there's something unappealing. No, I don't see any pins going.
I'm ugly in real
We're
life. I don't need to
vain.
be ugly.
I'm so vain. I know what I want.
The point of these characters is to be the opposite of my real life.
Vulnerability is one. Wanted. Dead or alive. Now your characters probably wouldn't be wanted, but you could have an alternate identity that is. Maybe you're a villain who's infiltrated the hero school.
Cool.
I like that twist.
Yes, that goes to your character creation, and that's kind of up to you. Weak point if you want to have a weak point, and that's it. Bam!
Wooch, wooch.
So, now that you have a list, next week we will discuss. Normally I would get this all done in one thing, but since I have made you watch anime tonight, and I want to play Trivial Pursuit, and or watch some more anime, we're going to end it there.
Okay.
So if anyone watched this, thank you. I'll get the poop clip out. And Evil GM is signing out. He's out.